Betelgeuse is so big that if you were to place it in our own solar system, it would stretch to the orbit of Jupiter.
It's so easy to think of our sun as this incredibly gigantic thing, but our sun is absolutely tiny compared to some of the giant stars in the sky.
A big, giant, dramatic end to a star's life.
Embark on a cosmic journey as we explore the intriguing scenario of what would happen if Betelgeuse burst right now. Prepare to delve into the cosmic mysteries surrounding this massive red supergiant star. Join us as we unravel the potential astronomical consequences and delve into the fascinating implications of Betelgeuse's explosive fate. From celestial spectacles to the impact on our own solar system, this exploration promises to be an exhilarating ride through the wonders of the universe. Get ready to broaden your cosmic perspective and contemplate the awe-inspiring possibilities that await us in the cosmos. The bright red star Betelgeuse, which is in the constellation Orion, has been acting in a strange way lately. It faded so much in the second half of 2019 and the beginning of 2020 that we had never seen it before. At least not in records that go back more than 100 years. It went from being pretty bright to almost as dim as Bellatrix, the third brightest star in Orion. This event is known as the Great Dimming. Still, Betelgeuse has become brighter again since then. There were a few days this year when it was the biggest star in Orion. It was also the brightest star we have ever seen. Because of these events, people are wondering if its end in the form of an explosion is near. That being said, is there any proof that this idea is true? What effects would a blast this big have on us here on Earth? Stars are generally thought to be very stable shapes. From year to year, they keep shining with the same brightness. On the other hand, some stars change how bright they are. These are called changeable stars. They are called stars of wonder, and Mira is the most famous of them. A German priest named David Fabricius found out in 1596 that Mira was a changeable star. Mira is a glowing star that grows and shrinks all the time. Another well-known example is the star Algol, which can sometimes be hidden by a nearby star. With the human eye, you can see about 30 of these variable stars, but you have to pay close attention to tell them apart because of the difference in brightness. Betelgeuse is the biggest variable star. It is also the fifth brightest star in the sky if we take the sun out of the equation. Sometimes Betelgeuse is not nearly as bright as Rigel, the fourth largest star in the constellation and a blue star. Other times, it is only slightly brighter than Rigel. The change you see here comes from these pulsations, which are like Mira's, but not as big or steady. On the other hand, there are times when a star might temporarily become very bright. Out of all of these, supernovas are the brightest and rarest. Their formation happens when a star explodes in a huge way, ending its life. There have been a few times in the last 1,000 years when supernovas were bright enough to see during the day, but the chances of this happening are very small. A close, bright supernova is the kind of event that astronomers dream of seeing, but very few of us will ever get the chance to see one. We always have hope. Behavioral traits that are mysterious. Even though Betelgeuse is a changeable star, the huge dimming that happened in 2021 was the first time it had ever happened. After only a few months, it had shrunk by almost 60%. It was finally found that this event was caused by a cloud. Betelgeuse is one of many stars that are always putting gas and dust into the air. A big cloud of gas moving through the air blocked half of the star. In fact, pictures of the star made it very clear that the southern half of it wasn't there. It looks like some stars, like Betelgeuse, have weather on them. While this is true, we still don't know what caused the sudden brightness increase. It is now 50% brighter than it was before. A supernova doesn't look like it will happen anytime soon though. Sometimes, in the middle of these kinds of stars, there is an explosion called a supernova. On the other hand, the changes in color are something that happens on the surface. It's possible that the dense cloud of dust that caused the dimming is also the cause of the serious brightness gain. The star looks brighter because this cloud of dust is now bouncing light from it back to us. We don't know for sure, but scientists are very excited about it. A star like Betelgeuse is about 15 to 20 times heavier than the Sun. Stars with this much mass will likely end their lives in a very powerful explosion called a supernova. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant, which means it is getting very close to the end of its life. Its green color shows that so. This result might not come to light for another million years. Some stars, like Betelgeuse, can live for more than 10 million years. To scientists, that may seem like a very short time, but to everyone else, it's a very long time. However, new models have been created. Some of them suggest that a supernova could happen in the next few thousand years, while others say it will happen 1.5 million years from now. There are many secrets in the area around Betelgeuse. We haven't a good idea of how heavy it is, and people disagree about how far away it is. People have thought that the star may have recently joined with a smaller partner. This would explain why it spins faster than usual, since this is something that big stars usually do. There are old writings that say the star looks more like Saturn than Mars. They say it has a yellowish Saturnian look. Is the star a different color? It's possible that this means the star is evolving quickly, which would mean that a supernova could happen soon. How the explosion moved. Suppose Betelgeuse went supernova. What would the supernova look like? It's about 500 years away from the star. Immediately after an explosion, there would be a flood of neutrinos, which are particles that don't have any mass and are therefore safe for people. After that, the star would get brighter very quickly. After about 1 to 2 weeks, it would shine as brightly as the full moon. After that, the Betelgeuse would slowly go away over the next few months, but it would still be visible during the day for another 6 to 12 months. For the next 1 or 2 years, you should be able to see it with the naked eye at night. But after that, we would never see it again. Orion would no longer be red and bright. Is it possible that we might lose? The very powerful particles called cosmic rays are made by supernovas. Cosmic rays can get through Earth's magnetic field, which acts like a shield, but the amounts would be very low compared to the other radiation that people are exposed to from all supernovas except the closest ones. In the event of a supernova explosion, radioactive iron would also be made. It is true that this material has been found on the Moon and in the Earth's ocean floor. A supernova explosion that happened between 2 and 3 million years ago is thought to have been its source. We were about 300 light-years away from the supernova. This is closer than Betelgeuse, but still far enough that it wouldn't pose any major threats to life on Earth. Someone who lives more than 30 light-years from a supernova could have big problems if it happens. The cosmic rays could damage the ozone layer and send bad amounts of ultraviolet light to Earth. Over the course of 100 to several thousand years, it could lower the amount of ozone by 50%. This level is thought to be able to start an extinction event. On the other hand, this kind of explosion would be very rare. It might only happen once every billion years. According to some theories, Betelgeuse may stay around for a very long time. It's good that the star is both interesting and impossible to figure out. We can still learn a lot from it. What the discussion is. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for more.